Ladies and gentlemen, the January 7th of 1979 was the liberation day of the capital of Phnom Penh, marking the end of the Pol Pot's brutal rule, saving millions of Cambodians from the genocide. And January 7th will forever go down in the history of Cambodia as the most glorious and brilliant milestone, opening a new phase of peace and prosperity in the beautiful country of thap pagodas. After the liberation of the capital of Phnom Penh, the beginning of the revival in the countries of thap pagoda, having revival in both literal and figurative sense, and at the cost of so much blood and blood of the soldiers and the people of both Vietnamese and Cambodian, is the result of patriotism and persistent struggle. The strength and indomitableness of Cambodia's genuine revolutionary forces and the noble, impartial, pure and helpful international spirit of the Vietnamese Volunteer Army. That was affirmed by the Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Sen. If it weren't for January 7th of 1979, we Cambodian people wouldn't be able to have what we have today. This is a historical truth that no reactionary force can deny.
But they also treated people very badly, people they thought were their enemies. There's all kinds of killing fields in Cambodia, like Tuol Sleng and Phnom Penh, where key officials, former officials, many died there, but also ordinary peasants for standing up to the Khmer Rouge. There was also
After the country was liberated, the newly established government was still young. The Cambodian Liberation Army at that time was still thin, weak, and did not have much experience. So it was very difficult for them to maintain the achievements of the revolution, and there was danger also. That is, the Khmer Rouge genocidal regime returned. Therefore, at the request of the Revolutionary People's Council of Cambodia, since 1979, Vietnamese volunteer troops have continued to stay and perform noble international duties together with the revolutionary government, and the fractional Cambodian people embark on the task of rebuilding the country, building a new life right on the ruins left by the genocidal regime of Pol Pot. We work there because the party always reminds us, as a force of experts, to always remember one saying, helping you is helping ourselves. So we work day and night at the regime, and the comprise knows that the party and the state also care a lot, but cannot meet it. But we overcome everything. We are ready to sacrifice our lives also. After 10 years, from 1979 to 1989, the Vietnamese Volunteer Army helped the French to be impartial, pure, righteous and sincere. Cambodia's revolutionary government was consolidated. The army was strong, and the Cambodian people has a good life, stabilized and built a country of their own. And in September 1989, the last Vietnamese volunteer soldiers left the capital of Phnom Penh and returned home, fulfilling their noble international duty. On the day Vietnamese volunteer troops returned home, the Cambodia's Practichon newspaper issues an editorial writing that during these extremely tragic years under the genocidal regime of Pol Pot in this world, there were countless strong and rich people, but only our poor neighbor Vietnam came to save our nation. This is a just war at first. Public opinion was here and there because we didn't understand clearly, but the people felt like we were helping impartially, and then, when we withdrew from it, it was clear that there was nothing at hold. What do I leave behind are the sacrificed people and the injured people, whose remains I still fight and bring back to this day. And I don't get any other benefits. My benefit is to save a nation and maybe in world history. It is because of their impartial, pure and righteous actions that Vietnamese Volunteer Army is loved, respected and affectionately called Brothers Army by the Cambodian people. And because in Cambodia, they say they are on death, they cannot live, only God will help them. But the land on the other side is the land of Buddhism. The religion on the other side is Buddhism also. But fortunately, when we fight, if we fight like that, the people will be hungry and we will give them rice. If the people will be sick, We will take medicine to treat them and then take care of the people in all sorts of ways. And that's why the people say Vietnamese soldiers are Buddhist soldiers.
Well, Vietnam intervened, as we know, late 78, 79, and they withdrew in September 1989. They built a political structure. They removed all their military. So Cambodia then was able to join ASEAN. Vietnam was, the sixth country. Big deal for ASEAN because of the difference in political systems.
January the 7th of 1979 became a symbol of international solidarity, a source of strength for the two neighboring peoples of Vietnam and Cambodia to bond closely and work together to build a country of peaceful development, prosperous as today. Thanks to the support of the Vietnamese government, our Cambodian people and government have Prime Minister Hun Sen and his seventh term, Prime Minister Hun Manet, still maintaining and preserving the friendly relationship between the Vietnam and Cambodia. And what we cannot forget is that the Cambodian people live in peace thanks to the promotion of the relationship between Vietnam and Cambodia and the timely support of Vietnamese volunteer troops between 1978-1979, in which the Vietnamese army sacrificed their lives in the war that we cannot forget. Today, political relations between the two countries continue to develop well. Vietnam is currently Cambodia's third largest trading partner after China and the US, and Cambodia's largest trading partners in Asia. Cooperation in the fields of defense and security is constantly being strengthened, becoming more and more effective, and is one of the important pillars in the relationship between the two countries, and thereby positively contributing to peace, stability, and peace and cooperation in the region and also around the world. I talk about my feelings because I have also directly experienced the struggle from 70 to 75, from 75 to 79, and from 79 to now. I have directly experienced the stage of struggle. Therefore, I am a living witness. Without proper leadership of the Communist Party of Vietnam as well as without the leadership of the Cambodian People's Party, we would not have the peace like today. The children feel very grateful to the people and the Vietnamese army. The volunteers who in the past sacrificed their lives to help Cambodia to expel Pol Pot, so that today young generation can have peace and stable to study better. So in the future, I will try to keep the peace and cooperate better and better. The painful past has been put aside, but the heinous crimes of the genocidal group of Pol Pot history still cannot be tolerated. After nearly 40 years since the genocidal regime of Pol Pot was overthrown, in November of 2018, the Extraordinary Chambers in the Courts of Cambodia, ECCC, ruled Pol Pot's former leaders found guilty of genocide, crimes against humanity, and worse crimes committed in Cambodia. In particular, the life imprisonment sentence was given to the two surviving former Khmer Rouge leaders, Nuon Chea and Khieu Samphan. It is also the cost to pay for the crimes they committed against the Vietnamese and the Cambodian people during the period of 1975 and 1979. The judgment of the ECCC confirms that justice has been served, thereby also affirming the Vietnam's legitimacy when sending the troops to Cambodia to fulfill its noble international obligation to have the neighbor country escape genocide and revive the country also. It is a symbol of solidarity and friendship, a bond forever embedded in the history of the two borderly peoples and an invaluable material to build a solid relationship between the two countries in the spirit of neighborhood, good regional friendship, comprehensive cooperation, long-term sustainability. And it's an invaluable asset for the two countries to educate their traditions for today and the future generations.